Good afternoon, everyone. In this webinar, we'll be discussing the cost share reimbursement benefit of our logo program. We currently assist with costs associated with lead generating events, advertising, and labels. We'll discuss the breakdown of all eligible costs and requirements for each type of reimbursement. We'll also go over the required documentation needed to submit with your application. And then we'll finish up the presentation with the application process. Lead generating events. When considering applications for lead generating events, we like to see businesses attending new conferences and trade shows they have not participated in before. We also look for the amount of sales leads generated from those events. Typically, we only allow costs associated with booth space and displays. We may consider some travel expenses and shipping and handling costs under certain circumstances. Also, as a soft rule, we will consider reimbursement for an event attended 3 consecutive times. After that, reimbursement for a new event can be considered. Now let's talk about how to apply. First, we'll need a completed reimbursement application in your members portal. Next, we'll need the method and number of leads collected and the itemized receipt from the host of your lead generating event via email attachments. We all know advertising can have a huge impact on your business, and we want to support your new advertising strategies and campaigns. In the past, we have reimbursed costs for newspaper ads, truck wraps, radio ads, social media ads, and much more. To be eligible for reimbursement, businesses will need to be launching a new ad campaign or at the very least a revamped campaign. We will not be able to assist with advertising that is part of your regular annual budget. Once again, we'll need a completed application in your members portal. Supporting documentation should include the reach of your ad, artwork with Taste the Tradition or Grown with Tradition logo, and an itemized receipt from your advertiser. Label assistance. To be considered for cost share reimbursement, at least one of these requirements must apply to your label. Is this a new product being launched? Is this part of a new product line to be launched? Is this part of a major rebranding for products that have been in the marketplace for several years? Is your label in need of technical changes to the images or language so that the product can come into legal compliance before your current label supplies can be depleted? Finally, no reprints are allowed. We'll need a completed reimbursement application in your members portal. Supporting documentation should include label artwork with Taste the Tradition or Grown with Tradition logo and an itemized receipt from your label manufacturer. Financial documentation requirements for all reimbursements. We will need a cleared or canceled check or credit card statement matching the amounts on your itemized receipts. Please make sure to redact all your private information before submitting your documents to us. We'll also need a dated invoice on your company letterhead, invoicing NMDA Marketing and Development Division. The line item description should say, cost share reimbursement program, followed by the type of reimbursement you are seeking, such as lead generating event, advertising, or label assistance. The amount of the item will be determined by NMDA and will be provided to you when we process your application. Next, we'll need you to sign your invoice. Here we provided an example of an invoice you will include as part of your reimbursement documentation. Reimbursement caps. Businesses may apply for one reimbursement per cost category per fiscal year. The fiscal year runs from July 1st through June 30th. In other words, you may apply for all three reimbursements once per fiscal year. In each category, 50% or up to $5,000 in costs, whichever is less, can be reimbursed in a fiscal year. Now let's talk about the application process. First, you would log into your members portal and complete and submit an application within the reimbursement forms tab on your dashboard. The application is then received and reviewed by NMDA. NMDA will send an email outlining all of the required documentation needed to complete your reimbursement. The applicant will compile all of the required documents and send to NMDA via email to tastethetradition@nmda.nmsu.edu. NMDA will review documents for completeness and accuracy. Finally, NMDA will submit the applicant's invoice to NMSU for payment. Please note that over the next several months, NMDA will be streamlining this process even further. Once this happens, we'll make a short video available to all members of Taste the Tradition and Grown with Tradition logo program. Thank you for joining us today, and you can always contact us anytime at tastethetradition@nmda.nmsu.edu.